Hello and welcome once again to the Tech Explorers channel, a channel that gives you resources of various types that enhances your business if you're a small business person or as a freelancer if you are a freelancer on whatever platform, specifically on Upwork and extend it to others. So that said, today we want to quickly discuss Payoneer. All right, we already had a video made out for this that shows us exactly how we could create a Payoneer account. The video is titled "Do Not Open the Payoneer Account Until You Watch This." I'll drop a link to that video right at the description of this particular video. If you have not watched that, you want to pause this video right now, go ahead and watch that and see exactly how you can create a Payoneer account. All right. So Payoneer account is one of the numerous third-party platforms or payment gateways that provides you with foreign bank account details with which you could receive money from anywhere in the world. For instance, I'm a full-time freelancer on Upwork and I've used this Payoneer to receive money from my Upwork account countless number of times. All right. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into the business of the day. First off, what you're seeing presently is my homepage on Payoneer, otherwise called the Payoneer dashboard. Okay, on the dashboard, it gives you a summary of everything that you perhaps have done, okay, most recently on Payoneer. If there were to be any fund in your account, any balance, you'll see them right at this section. As you can see below here are transactions that I have made, showing that I have used this Payoneer account for a number of times. All right. Scroll all the way down, you will get to see other things. These are transactions that have been made on Payoneer. Here you can actually request a payment or you can decide to make a payment. We'll come to this to understand it better. All right. So this is basically what you get to see at the home page or the dashboard of your Payoneer platform. At the extreme right here, you'll find your details, okay, your name and customer ID and what have you. At the bottom part here, you can quickly reach out to the customer service or support on Payoneer if you have any issues to resolve with them. Okay. Also, you need to know that Payoneer is available on mobile version. If you're using an iPhone, you want to download it from your app store. If you're using an Android or a smartphone, you want to download that from the Google Play Store. We head over to the left menu end here. The left hand here, we have home, which is where we are presently. We have get paid, we have pay, withdraw and transfer, account activity, banks and cards, and then business network. We will look into all these and see what needs to be done in each category. Okay, I'll take you all the way down to this extreme right here. This is where you get to access your profile. And if you want to get through the Payoneer settings, you can simply click on that to get your settings. Okay, head into the settings and you can do a number of things. But we won't be going through the settings in this very tutorial because we may not necessarily need to do all that. But I'll just show us very quickly how we can verify our account, because sometimes I've had a lot of persons reach out to me asking how do I verify my Payoneer account. So let's quickly check out how to do that. You want to click on settings. When you go over to the settings, come down to where you have verification center. All right, click on verification center, and then if you're using your Payoneer for the first time, if it is new, you would find some information here asking you to submit some certain things. Okay, you see a required. Whatever is required, you just have to submit them. All right. All these are necessary to ensure that you are not a fraudster and that you're not a robot trying to create an account. All right. So whatever it is that you submit here, we eventually go over to the history section and you'll be able to view all that. In my case, you can see these are the requirements and these are the things I submitted. Okay. Even though this appears to still be under review, you can see this was not accepted, but this is under review and this under review. This has been under review since 2022. All right, but that doesn't hinder me from doing anything on the account. As long as I submitted, I have had full access to my Payoneer account. All right, full access. Okay, so that's it. Let's head back over to home section and begin the tutorial officially. But quick one, permit me to go all the way backwards. So if you have any information that you need to change about your person, okay, perhaps your name has changed or your ID card or whatever, you can head over to the profile settings and you get to see everything that concerns you and your data that can be changed as far as Payoneer is concerned. All right, other security measures like setting up your two-factor authentication so that people don't get to access your account, because we're dealing with money here. And anybody who has your password or gets access to your account can actually basically withdraw everything in your account. So you want to make sure that you set all that up. Here you can set up your language if you prefer a different language than what you're seeing, which is English in my own case. Okay, you can also set up a notification settings in this case for the desktop. You can do that also for your mobile so that whenever you receive funds or deduction is made, you would always get an alert. Okay, so these are all that we can handle right on this settings option. Okay, so we have talked about home. Let's head over to get paid. Now, very quickly, what you need to understand that under this section, you have two things. You can request a payment and you can receive an account. But I need to state a caveat here. If your account is brand new, you must have received at least $5,000 through your Payoneer account before you can get this feature working for you. If you have not received up to that amount, again, it is $5,000 the last time I checked. All right. And as you keep receiving money on Payoneer account, you will see the bar increasing for you until you get to the benchmark of $5,000, which is the fund you must have received on Payoneer before you can have access to some quality features like requesting for a card and requesting for payment. All right. So to request for payments, this is what you simply do. Click on this section and then you can simply enter the email of your client. Okay, this is basically used when freelancers, for instance, or business persons wants to request for fund, perhaps for a work done or for a goods and services that has been purchased. All right, you want to request for your fund from your client. All right, in this case, your client must also have a Payoneer account before this can be done. Again, you must have received $5,000 through your Payday account before you can get access to this section. In other words, if you have not, then you cannot use this feature. But if you have, this is basically all you need to do. Enter the email of the person who you want to receive money from. It has to be the email address that your client or the person whom you want to request money from used when they were registering their Payoneer account. In other words, if you use a different email, person's name may not pop up. The reason why you're seeing this is because these are the people that have already, had transactions with on Payoneer. Okay. So other things you need to fill out once you put in the email address, you can put in the payment details. Okay. So let's say I put in this email address, for instance, you can put in person first name. These are the payment details. I mean, these are the payer's details rather. You can put in the first name, put in the last name, put in the email address automatically populated for you based on what you have entered before, and then you choose a country where the person resides. Okay, that takes you next. Click on next, takes you to the payment details. Then you put in the payment details concerning the fund that you are requesting. How much are you requesting? What is the reason for the fund request, and other things like that. Then for the attached document section, you can attach a document if it's something that has to do with an invoicing. You can attach your invoice to send over to the client or whatever it is that you want to back up your request with. Once you're done, you click on preview. Once you're done previewing, you request your payment, and at the receiving end, the client or the person who you're requesting payment from would get the mail and then fund your account as agreed with you. All right, so that is that for requesting the payment. The next thing is the receiving account. Under the receiving account, this is where you get access to your own foreign account. In other words, Payoneer opens an account for you if you don't have one. You can get, for instance, in my case, you can see this is a Great Britain pound account. This is a USD account, all right? I can decide to also open another account if I want. All I need to do that is to click on request accounts, okay? Receiving account, click on next, and then you have to choose what kind of account you want. I can go for Canadian dollars. All right, once I click on Canadian dollars, it would take me over to the next page. I can also decide to open more than one account. Okay, this is for the Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. If you want an account open for you in that country, you can do that in Japan and in Singapore. Okay, so I could just tick them both and then I click on next. All right, I could just open everything if I want to and click on next or whatever. So here are the four accounts that will be opened for me, okay, based on my request. Then I click on submit request. Okay, once that is done, a request will be sent over, and then you can view your account thereafter once the request has been granted. As you can see, it has moved over to the second section, which is pending request. Once the request is granted, you begin to see your account details here. So to see your account details, once you come over to get paid, go to receiving account, click on view details. I won't be doing that because of security reasons, but of course you'll be seeing the last four digits of your account number. Okay, so whenever you want to receive money in US dollars, you want to make sure that you view the details of your US dollar account, okay, your US dollars account, and that is the account details that you send over to the person. If it is Great Britain pounds that you want to receive, ensure that you're sending the right account details to the person so that the person gets that exact account detail to forward the money to you. All right, so that said, there are also some platforms where you may want to send out money. Say, for instance, you have US dollars in your account and you want to send out money to an euro account or a pounds account or any other kind of account, say Canadian dollars account. What can you do? We're showing us that right in this tutorial. All right, let's head over to pay. Under the pay section, what you can actually do here is to either pay another Payoneer user. All right, this is usually a free transaction. In other words, if I have funds in my account and I want to pay somebody else who perhaps did something for me, but also have a Payoneer account, instead of paying directly into their foreign account, maybe US dollars or whatever it is, I can simply pay through Payoneer. So it's like a Payoneer to Payoneer payment, and it's free, totally free. So once you click on that, it will request for the person's email, okay? The email with which the person registered on Payoneer. Once you impute that, let's say I'm doing this for now, it would ask you obviously that you should do other things like impute the payment details. In my case, you can see amount available for payment is less than allowed minimum because I don't have any fund in my Payoneer account right now. Okay, but once you do this, this is basically how you can make a payment to another person's Payoneer account. All right, and the transaction fee for this is absolutely free. So choose the email address, click on next, and continue to follow the prompt, and you will be good to go. Now we have returned back. The next thing you can do is to pay an Amazon advertising. For those of you who run businesses on Amazon, this is very handy for you. You can connect your Amazon stuff to this page, and then I'll show you how to do that eventually through the store. But this is how you can pay for an Amazon advertising. Okay, just fill out the necessary things, follow the details, and then you should be good to go. And then the last thing you can do is to pay for your VAT. All right, if this applies to your country, you can use this medium to pay for VAT rather than just going over to the bank, wasting your time. You can simply do that through the Payoneer platform. Of course, it saves you time and you need to have some funds in your account. We head back to the third section or fourth section, so to say, which is withdraw and transfer. All right, so this is where you can actually withdraw money. This is where you want to link your own bank account, okay? Not the account that Payoneer created for you this time, but your own bank account, perhaps in your own currency or your local country, where you want funds to be transferred to. Okay, when you receive funds on Payoneer, you want to receive them in your own country. So whatever bank account you use in your country, this is where you can add them up. All right. So as you click on manage account, it will take you to this section. All right. So you fill out the details. All right. From where you want to select what bank, what kind of account is it? Is it a US DOM account to where? Okay, you must have filled some bank details here. If you have not, you will not get any option here. Okay, this is how you withdraw money to your account. Okay, this is where you put in your account details. Where are you withdrawing the money from? Is it from your USD balance on Payoneer, or is it from your Euro balance on Payoneer? Is it from your Pounds balance on Payoneer? All the, you remember I created this not too long ago, just right on this very tutorial live session. All right. So you want to choose where you withdrawing the money from and where you withdrawing it to. Okay. If you have not saved any bank details, in this case, I have saved a couple of banks. These two were saved by me. All right. This was actually produced or provided by Payoneer. All right. So if I want to transfer my fund from my Payoneer account to my local bank, this is the route to go through. All right. So just put in your bank name and the details and then how much you want to send. All right. As soon as you put in how much you want to send here, you can write in a description and then you click on review and then it takes you through that. But if it is the first time you're using this, of course, this is the option you want to try first. Add a new account. Okay. Then once you click on add a new account, it takes you through the process of adding your local bank account so that when you want to receive money next time and you click on to, it will simply bring out that details. As you can see, it took me over to banks and card and we are still coming down to this section. So let's quickly head back to withdraw and transfer. Another thing you can actually do is to manage bank accounts. If you have added some bank accounts and you want to probably delete them for any reason, this is where you can do that. Simply click on the account and then you can remove whatever account that you do not need. Or you can also add your cards. If you have any card, a dollar card for instance, or a euro card that you want to use for online payments, even PayPal cards, Payoneer also have theirs, you can request for that. Whatever card it is that you want to use, link as a card for withdrawals. You can always do that right here. Okay, so this also still brought us to banks and card. We'll come back to this later when we deal with banks and card in full. Let's head back to withdrawal. And the last thing you can do under this section is to swap your currency. Remember, I spoke about that just at the beginning of the video. That say, for instance, you want to send out money US dollars to another client who is requesting for his money in euros, or you have an euro account that you want to send your money to, but what you have on your Payoneer account is US dollars. What you want to do is to swap the currency, click on manage currencies, and that takes you to the page where you can swap your currency. In this case, you want to click on select balance. What balance do you have in your Payoneer account? Is it the US dollars? You click on that. Then what currency do you want Payoneer to help you swap the money to? Let's say euro or Great Britain pound or Canadian dollars, you can click on that. As soon as you do that, you want to enter, you can see this section here says amount to transfer, amount to receive. All right, sorry about these pop-ups. So you want to click on amount to transfer and then enter how much you want to transfer based on what you have in your balance. If I want to say transfer $100, of course, I don't have anything right now, and that's why this is popping up. So if I'm transferring, say, 100 US dollars, Payoneer will automatically tell me how much I will be receiving. Okay, I would get the rate. Once I click on get rate, it will show me how much the receiving end will be getting from what I am transferring. Okay, but it's not possible now because there is no fund. I'm not transferring anything. But this is basically how you can swap your fund first. Once you swap your fund, then you can head back to your withdrawal and then do the withdrawal or get back to pay and then pay off the person that you want to pay the money to. Okay, this is also where you can actually pay other recipients. Okay, not just those who are using the Payoneer. If you want to pay a client or a business person or someone who has done something for you or bought something from you, or you want to pay somebody whom you have bought something from who is not on Payoneer, this is the option for that person. Okay, you want to withdraw to the person's bank, get the person's bank details, and then put it right into the section where you want to withdraw the money to, and then the money will be sent over to the person. Of course, this would require or incur some charges. It is not like the Payoneer to Payoneer transfer, which is free. This one always incurs charges. As soon as you put in all the details, how much you will charge will be shown to you before the transfer is made. All right, that said, we head back and then we go over to account activity. So this is where you can get to see everything that has been going on in your account, the transactions you have made, the payments, requests that you have sent out. If there is any account statement for Amazon based on the linking that you have done between Payoneer and Amazon, I'll show you just how to link your Amazon to Payoneer, your Amazon store can actually be linked to Payoneer so that you can use Payoneer to receive funds from your Amazon store. There's any confirmation of receiving account, this is where you can get them. You can also get your monthly statement, okay, proof of account, and the rest of them. Okay, so this is where you can actually get all those right under this section, account activity. For any reason you need to print out a statement of account, you can always head over to monthly statement. And if you want to get any document whatsoever that has to do with your banking, because this is a form of bank, okay, so you can actually use this document on any platform. It's actually official, so to say. So the next thing we'll look at right now is banks and cards. Okay. First thing on the bank and card is the bank accounts for withdrawal. This is where you can actually save different bank accounts that you want to consistently use for withdrawals. All right. So you click on bank account for withdrawals, it takes you back to where we were before now. Okay, so this is where you can add. You will see all other banks that have been added for you. This one right here was created by Payoneer. All right. So you always see this on your receiving end. But this one right here was actually put in by me. Okay, these two are banks, my local bank account with which I receive funds from Payoneer. So if I want to make any withdrawals on Payoneer, I can select any of these banks and make the withdrawal to it. If you want to add more, you can see right here, you can add up to 12. You can also add your cards if you have them. Okay, so just click on add banks and that will take you through the process. You want to put in the bank name, always use personal, okay? Except if you're adding a business account, you can go ahead and use a corporate account, a business account. But for me, personal just works fine. And then you choose your country, you want to select the bank, okay, based on your local currency. If you're coming from Kenya or Algeria, you'll see a different currency there. All right. So once you've chosen your country, you want to head back, click on next so that you can enter the account details. Okay, your account details obviously will be known to you because it is your own bank account. All right, but if it is an account belonging to your client whom you're trying to pay, you want to be sure that you double check before you make any transfer. Ensure that the details you're getting from them is accurate, and even before you transfer money to them, you want to send them a screenshot of the payment paid before you click on that button to transfer money. All right, so here you can also confirm Payoneer account details after you must have entered the necessary information. Once this is done, you smash on the add bank account and that will be done for you. We head back over and click on receiving account. That is the second thing we can actually do on this very session. Receiving account talks about the account that Payoneer has created for you. As you can see, these are the account that Payoneer I requested for rather while we were right on this very platform. Okay. However, these two had been requested for long ago, and that is why they are not showing up. So I think these accounts have been approved. Let's quickly check them out and see. All right. So here it says the Canadian account. You can see these are the bank account details at this section here. I'm not showing this for security reasons. All right. So once you want to send details, you want to receive funds in Canadian dollars, all you need to do is just simply copy the account details and send it over. It's better you copy and paste. Don't try to type it one after the other by yourself. You could make a mistake and lose money. All right. So simply come here and click on copy account details, and that will sort your problem. So whoever is sending you money in Canadian dollars will simply use these details, okay, and then send the money to you. So you also want to take note of all these cancellations and positive ticks for you to understand what is required and what is not accepted. Here it says wire transfers are not supported, so you cannot transfer any Canadian dollars via wire transfer to this very account. All right. You also cannot make payments from your own bank account that has your name. Payoneer will automatically decline that. Sorry, Payoneer will automatically decline that. You also cannot make payment from your personal account because it will be declined. It has a link with this other option. The only thing you can do with this bank account detail is to use for local bank transfers within Canada, all right, in Canadian dollars via the EFT network. And another thing you can do is it only accepts only payment for business transaction from business accounts are supported. So in other words, you cannot even make transfer from any personal account, no matter who the person is. All right. So fee for receiving payments, you can see here, free for transaction of 130 Canadian dollar or higher. All right. This is the fee. It is free for transactions of 130 Canadian dollars or higher, meaning If it's lower than this, you'll be charged. Transfer fee, your transfer usually take how many days? 1 to 3 business days before your money can reflect in your account. All right. So these are the kind of things that you want to make sure you find out before you head over to copying the bank details and paste to whoever it is that you're sending it to. All right. So that said, we head back to bank and cards again. And then the last thing we can do is to request for Payoneer cards. Okay. Request for Payoneer card, you simply head over to this section and click on order card. All right. You can actually request for either a physical card or a virtual card, all right, which you can use for online shopping. You can actually use this card as well to make withdrawals from ATM machines if you're living in countries where such currencies are allowed or such currencies are used. Okay. So click on order now and go through the process, and you will be shown exactly how to get a Payoneer card. So the last thing I want to quickly look at is the business network. Under the business network, you can see store manager. This is where you can add your Amazon store and link it to Payoneer so that you can use it to receive payment directly from your Amazon store. All right. Once you click on get started, it takes you through the step-by-step process, and that is that for that. We head back to business network and we can check out the contacts you work with. As you continue to use your Payoneer account, you're sending money to people. Payoneer is taking record of them and is saving them under the contact. The reason why this is efficient is so that you can easily, with a click of a button, make payments through these people again, rather than having to fill out their information from scratch. Okay, so that said, you can head back to business network, and these are the companies that you have perhaps received funds from. If I click on mine, you could see I've always received funds from Upwork Escrow, right? The last time I received money from them was March, and the first time was August 2022. That was about the time I created my Payoneer account. All right. So business applications that you can use and link with a Payoneer account, that is what you can find here. And you can also refer a friend. The good thing I love about Payoneer is the fact that once you refer a friend using your referral code, I'll be dropping mine in this section. If you wish to support this channel and you have not created your Payoneer account, you could use my referral code, and that's a way to support my channel. All right. So once I entered into Payoneer and I discovered that $25 was lying there, I don't remember where that was coming from, but then I was notified that it was for a friend I referred. So in my case, you can see that I've referred 2 people and I have earned 25 US dollars for that purpose. All right, so you simply copy and then you share it out to those who perhaps do not have a Payoneer account. Of course, you don't want to start playing tricks by copying and opening an account for yourself, because the account has to be actively used before you can get this earning added to your account. All right, so that is that for Payoneer, and that is all you need to know. I hope you found this video helpful. The second part of Payoneer, if you have not created your account, I'll be dropping a link to that in the description box below, and I'll also be sharing my referral link. If you want to support, you could use that to sign up for your Payoneer account. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you do not know how we created this particular Payoneer account, you also want to check at the description of this very video. You would see a link to the first video that shows you the step-by-step process on how you can create your own Payoneer account for free, absolutely free. All you need is a working mobile phone or a PC and a reliable internet. Thank you once again for joining. If you found this very resourceful, you want to click on the thumbs up button. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, because we drop a lot of resources on this channel spread across every single time. If you've not subscribed to this channel, you want to do that before you leave by hitting the subscribe button and toggle that notification bell on so that you can always receive a notification when we roll out another video. Until I see you again in another video, thank you and thank you. Just a PS. There are other payment platforms that may interest you. You also want to check the description below to see the one that may be useful to you if this does not work in your country. Ciao.